Hello. My name is Evgeny. As an experienced product manager, technology enthusiast, and a curious person, I can't resist to try out new technology and vast amount of capabilities that AI revolution allows us to leverage. The big topic is how to build stuff yourself, or BYSY, even if you're not a developer. Earlier this year, I started experimenting with web coding for this purpose, and now I want to share with you some learnings and potentially inspire you to try out yourself. There will be 3 videos in this series. This is part 1. And let us start with an example. Let me show you what I've built being a few hours on the road, just as my friend suggested me to try that out. So we were looking to have some recommendations for the recent movies I have seen. And this is how next find came to life. If I search for Inception, for example, we can see that we are shown already some similar movies, which we can sort by relevance, rating, and year, as well as we have Gemini Critic through Gemini API, analyzing and recommending the best picks for us. What do we have in the backend, right? So we are leveraging the database from the moviedb.org. So that's a website where you can find a lot of movies and the ratings of them. So that's why you can also see the rating. Then we also can play with the UI. So we change different themes according to the year. And then we can do some Easter eggs. For example, if we look for the 80s, we can find a very nice outline that is my favorite. Here are the main components that I'm using for agentic development. Obviously, the actual tool for development is Google Antigravity. You can select from different tools on the market. I chose Google because you can have the code transparency, you can have parallel execution of tasks, and you can choose between the models. So you can use Google models and you can use the models from Cloud. Next, obviously you need to store the code somewhere, and then you can very easily sync the code that Google Antigravity generates for you with the GitHub into the private or public repository, and then you have the version control. You can obviously have it as your source of truth and then collaborate with your partners if you are not building it alone. And then where do you actually run it and where do you execute your applications? It is Cloudflare. And actually, I was also very surprised about the amount of capabilities that Cloudflare allows you to try out. So you can create multiple pages, you can create workers, you can use functions, you can even use the database in the free version. So with these 3 major components, Google Antigravity for agentic development, GitHub as your code repository, and Cloudflare for your hosting, you can build your stuff fast, efficient, and you can also try out a lot of things for free. This concludes the first video. In the second one, we'll look more into what Antigravity offers, how does it actually work, and then how do you combine it with your GitHub and with Cloudflare. And later, in the third video, I will also explain some more advanced features that I'm using for another project. And I would like to also show you another demo where we're using database, where we're using logins for the users, and where we are having more integrations than in the next find.